Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Tori Faye, and in today's video, I'm doing a story time of how I quit my job. And yes, that is a shocking thing to say and announce to you guys. I quit my job that I kept for a year. I made it a year literally the week prior on the 23rd of September. So it's a little shocking. But you know, things happen and that's a part of growing up. Hence as to why this video is going to go on my life changes playlist. I didn't know it would go down like this, but let's get into this video. So just to give you guys a little backstory if you're new here, I worked at Harris Teeter, which is a grocery store in the express lane, which is where people place the order online, you pick it, shop it, call them to discuss any substitutions or tell them anything that was out of stock, and then you get the labels and put it on the shelf and in the fridge or in the freezer, and then you're done. Sounds easy, right? Well, it also comes with a lot of challenges. For example, people love to call when you call them. They love to be like, okay, like, thank you. We went all over everything. I'll get everything for you. Hey, can I add something? I'm like, you gotta deal with that. You gotta deal with deliveries. That plus doing orders is really hard, especially because we had a schedule and like it depend like we write it out in the morning, like who's doing deliveries because they typically start at 9 a.m. So who's doing deliveries from 9 to 10? Who's doing deliveries from 10 to 11, 11 to 12, so on and so forth. So when you get the phone in the vest, that's the worst freaking time because you can get stopped a lot of times, also depending on the day. So yeah, it's a lot of things that came with that job, but I really did love it. And I just want to say thank you to everyone I got to work with in the express lane because we all had each other's back. We all understood each other and why it would be frustrating some days. I also want to say thank you to the girls I got to meet, who are now my friends, who you guys have seen. Angelina, Addie, Destiny, little Leah and Jewel, who hopefully can hold it down there. DJ, Bradley, Susan, who's the mother hen, Amy, Nina, everybody. Brandon. So it pained me to leave them, but the real reason why I quit was because I just couldn't take no more of the authority figure that we had over us, and that was a woman who I can't say her name, and I won't say it, even though I really don't care about her little feelings. We're just gonna call her Bossa Nova. So this was on Saturday, so it was pretty recent because I'm filming this on a Monday. I came in at 7 a.m. I was working 7 to 1:30 because I had a baby shower to go to. So I was there for like a little minute. So we actually did good for a Saturday because came in, it wasn't even that many orders. But of course, just to let you guys know, orders can come through up until 3 o'clock, and that's when it's cut off. So more can come through. So we can't just get comfortable. But we finished everything. Everything was in blue when she came in there the first time to look and see like how many orders you guys have left. And it was all in blue. And instead of being like, oh, good job, y'all. And I'm not asking to kiss no ass, but come on, you're still bitching even though everything is in blue. Like, meaning everything's currently being shopped on that list, meaning it's gonna be done. Like, and you're still bitching. So when she saw that, before she refreshed the page, she said that she was gonna take Jewel. Now, Jewel and Amy, it was Jewel, Amy, and me. Bradley had already left, and Jewel and Amy leave at 3. I leave at 1:30. So technically we don't have an actual closer, but they can just take the deliveries out themselves, whoever's in the front who finds somebody. But the important thing is to get all the orders done before then. Once she refreshed the page, 1 or 2 came through. I think it was just 1. It was a lady named Ashley. So she said that she was gonna take Jewel to go to the register and be on the register. I was like, hold up, because if you do that, it's gonna mess everything up. Because in the delivery schedule we had on the board, as after me, it was Amy, and then Jewel. And then Jewel's going to be doing it for the rest of the day until she left. So that any order that came through, me and Amy would be doing it. Literally, she messed everything up by doing that, because if she did that, that means one of us would have to do deliveries and also do any orders that come through along with the other person. So, and I don't know if you guys know, but doing deliveries and an order is not easy, especially since people love to put big orders in on Saturdays and Sundays or any days. So, because literally the orders that came through, like one of them was 46, one of them was 42. That's my example. So she said she was going to take Jewel, and I was just like, oh my God, now we got to shift everything around. So so Amy was doing an order that was like big, and she was going to go eat after that. I already took my lunch and stuff. And Jewel hadn't even had hers, I don't think, yet. So once we finished with that, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to take the phone and I'm going to do deliveries and stuff, because now we have 2 people that came through. And by that time, the lady was already up at the front desk again. So I went to tell her, like, hey, I think I was trying to tell her, like, in a nice way, please don't take Jewel, because you do know that more can come through within the next 3 hours. So that's when they both leave. So we need to make sure everything's done before then, even though it only looks like 2 orders right now. More can come, 5 can come through. Then we're screwed. And when I tried to tell her somewhat that, she was like, Tori, you got 3 hours until they leave. You're fine. So I was just like, whatever. I was like, oh my gosh, she's not listening. Fast forward to like an hour or so later, or like by the end of the hour, it was because when I went to my lunch, I'm guessing Jewel accidentally took my handheld, so she was signing to my name, so I had to be forced to sign into Susan's name, but Susan wasn't there that day. So it's not a big of a deal. Whatever happens, happens, and when you run out of handhelds, you run out of stuff, you gotta do what you gotta do. It's not that big of a deal. So, and when she came in there another time, and she was like, why are you shopping under this name? I was like, Jewel took my handheld, and so I had to use Susan's name. But it seems like she was asking me the same stupid ass question all the time, like, while wasting my time when I could be doing the orders. So fast forward, when I started Kathy Do, which was this order I was doing, and it was 12 pieces. And when I shopped, anything that was out of stock, I didn't exit it out yet. I waited till by the end. So the first thing that was on the order was light brown sugar. They're completely out of that. So I went to the next section, which was produce, and I was about to get my lemons. Then the thing buzzed, my handheld buzzed for someone that was outside. And since she's so high and mighty about us getting the orders out in 4 minutes or less, I'm like, first of all, that's freaking impossible, which she didn't understand. Because I'm all the way in produce and the office is right here. It takes freaking 4 minutes or so to get back there already. So it's like, she just didn't understand. She didn't understand whatsoever. Like, even with the previous week that we had, that Sunday was insane. And she was helping us, but she was still complaining, being, you know what? And it didn't make any sense to me. I was so mad because she really had the nerve to do that. But fast forward back to after this story. So when Daniel Irvin buzzed, I went back to the room. She was in there again, and Jewel was too. And this is where I got mad. She was like, Tori, why is the order that you're doing still at 0%? And you've been on it for like a minute. I was like, I did start it, but I was trying to be like, the first thing that I was out of stock, but I didn't exit it out yet. So when I went to go to the produce and I got the lemons and stuff, I didn't, press the thing to, be like, okay, it's here, because I got called back to here. And she was just being like, she just kept saying that this is her favorite line. This is ridiculous. I don't want the repeating of last week. Give the vest and phone back to Jewel. like we should have kept in the first place. Like I said, this is the crucial part of the story. If she hadn't came in there and tried to take Jewel away to do the register, which was unnecessary, this would have never happened. Any orders that came through, we would have been done. Everyone would have had their lunch and break. Jewel would have been doing deliveries and stuff. I wouldn't even had to. I would still have my job right now. I wouldn't even had to quit. But it was her selfish, stupid decision and acting dumb that made everything worse. Because she didn't understand, but she loved to preach on late. I tried to tell you, more can come through anytime within the next 3 hours. But she tried to be like y'all good and stuff. Like, she doesn't understand doing deliveries and this. But I was so mad. I was just baffled. So I gave the phone and the vest back to Jewel, like we should have had in the first place. So when I finished Kathy Doo finally, and it was a small one too. So yes, it's a small one, but still the deliveries got in my way. So I went to call my mom, and she was like yelling at me, but not like, and I'm mad with you. Because as you guys know in my past videos, I mentioned that I was bullied growing up a lot, and she just hates the fact that that's happening now when I'm grown. And I don't want that either, obviously. But this lady's pretty much bullying me, and I'm not over-exaggerating, because she is. Because I told you guys the story flat out. I told her in advance. She was always preaching about communication stuff with the express lane and the front end. So I told her, I took the liberty and I told her that, hello, you can't really take Jewel because more can drop. Like, we could have 5 orders that drop in 5 or 10 minutes, and then we're going to need Jewel back. So you have to come help us and stuff. So it's like she just overlooked that. So fast forward, I finished off Kathy Doo. I was done. And my mom was pulling in because she had to pick me up anyway because it was 1:30 anyways. So I went to go be ready to tell the lady that I quit. But she wasn't at the front desk. So I had to tell her, another one, who, me and her had history too. I had to tell her. And she listened. Because I had a feeling if I had to tell the lady that I was meant to tell, she would have not understood and she would have not let me finish. She would have kept just interrupting me, and I had a feeling that would have happened. So I'm glad that I had to tell her. So fast forward, my mom came in, and for a second, her and the lady that I told that I quit to, then the lady that we were supposed to talk to in the first place, she came in. She was rushing in. She passed by. She kind of looked at my mom and the lady that we were talking to. She was like, come here. And my mom was like, tell her. And so I was trying to tell her, like, I quit, and the reason being, and then my mom interrupted me, which I wasn't mad about because I was, like, going to be rambling because I was trying to give, like, a little backstory. So my mom just, still not yelling much, but she was like, if you did all this and all that stuff, and you shouldn't have talked to her on the floor. And before because technically, like, we were in the office. That was the first thing that came out of her mouth. Like, we were in the office, like, doing that stupid side stuff. We were in the office, the express lane office, but you were talking in front of somebody, and that's not professional whatsoever. My mom was like, let's go. And I was like, oh my God, peace out, Harrison. So I was scarred. And that was not how I was expecting that day to go. And yes, I was sad. I was crying a lot because I did like that job, and I did like the money. And of course, I knew that job wasn't going to be my forever job, obviously. But it sucks that that's how it ended. But it was all because of her. And actually, I was supposed to work 9 to 5 yesterday on Sunday, which is our busiest day. So I kind of hope that day was a little crazy. Not for the express lane, those are my peeps, but for her. So she could help us out. Because I'm not there no more, so you can't blame stuff on me, which is bull crap, because I didn't do nothing. So I wasn't there, so you can't blame me for moving slow. So have fun with that. And I'm not the only one who's sick of this stuff. The mother hen of Express Lane, Susan, she is, and she's been there for a long time. And she has said the words that they come out of her mouth is like they don't care. They don't care about this person, but they love to keep preaching. They love to do all this. They love to keep getting mad at us, and it's not fair. It's not fair whatsoever. We bust our butts, and sad, but I am already looking for another job, and hopefully, obviously, before the end of the year, I get this and a lot of other things too. But I thank you guys for being my gateway to finally express my words without being like, which I'm gonna work on because I am too old to have people bully me or act like I'm stupid or I'm just someone you can run over when I didn't do a damn thing. And I know I didn't do nothing wrong. So, yeah. Thank you guys, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.